Hey guys, it's Miss Burns again. Happy Monday. This week we are going to be going through the different aspects and analyzation of informational text. Um, the uh, textbook, Webster's, whatever definition of informational text is that it is nonfiction writing. It's written with the intention of informing the reader or you or your audience if you're writing about a specific topic, and that can be really any topic. They are typically found in magazines, textbooks, autobiographies, instruction manuals, handbooks, anything of that nature is going to be an informational text. This is something that you will inevitably come across in any profession. So, this is information that you will be able to use in your everyday life, on your jobs, whatever that may be. Or especially if you are trying to learn a new skill, or if you are reading detailed directions for whether that is putting something together or um, uh, something you want to learn how to do, you're often going to come across informational texts. That, of course, that's not just a list of directions. Um, it is a narrative that is written out in detail. So you will definitely come across these. I hope you are all doing well and staying safe and healthy, just like always. The lesson in IXL today specifically will be going over cause and effect in informational texts. I know that we did quite a bit of that a couple of months ago in class. For those of you that weren't in my class yet, you may have done this in another class. I don't know. But we did a little of this. So for some of you, this will be a refresher. And for some of you, this will be your first time really looking critically at informational text. You've all read informational text at some point for some reason. So it's not like this will be completely new for you, but this will be, some of you, this will be your first time to actually analyze and think critically about that. The example texts that I'm going to give you are from Excel. None of the texts are really long. You will have shorter passages. I am going to go over a few of those with you just so that we're all on the same page. Let me get those. Again, I'll just take pictures of them. Technology, right? Okay, so the first one, let's see. Okay, if I mispronounce any of these words, then please forgive me. In 1912, Manuel del Busto built the Church of Santa Barbara in Spain. Over the years, however, people stopped using the church and it was forgotten. This led a group of skateboarders to step in. When the skaters raised money, they were able to make the church into a skate park, known as Chaos Temple. The skate park was painted in bright colors by street artist Acuda San Miguel. That sounds super cool. I would love to go there. So, you'll have your text, and then you will have match the causes with their effects. So you have two choices, and then there are blanks, and then the effects are listed. The first effect is the skaters became interested in using the church. So what made them interested in using the church based on the text? Well, it says to us, over the years, however, people stopped using the church and it was forgotten. This led a group of skateboarders to step in. So the fact that the church had been forgotten is what our text tells us. Well, one of our choices is the church was abandoned. So we know that because the church was not in use and it was forgotten, that it was in fact abandoned. So because the church was abandoned, the skaters became interested in using the church. So our other effect is the church was turned into a skate park. Okay? So we know that the skateboarders became interested in the church. And then it says, when the skaters raised money, they were able to make the church into a skate park. So, Our other choice is the skaters collected money. Because they collected money, the church was turned into a skate park. Fair enough? Easy enough? Okay. So I'm going to go over two more of these. Like I said, this is, some of these will be, just like a lot of our lessons, some of these will be literally just common sense, and some of them will require a little thought, which is great. I want you guys using your noggins. Isn't that what I always say? Okay, so here is our second example. Although Venus is sometimes called Earth's twin, it's very different from our home. Venus is covered by carbon dioxide-rich clouds, which trap the sun's heat near the planet's surface. Thus, Venus is much hotter than the other planets. Venus is most visible just after sunset or just before sunrise on Earth. However, because the planet orbits so close to the sun's brightness makes it impossible to see Venus from Earth during the day. Interesting. Okay, again, match causes with their effects. So our first effect is Venus is the hottest planet. So based on what we read, Venus is covered by carbon dioxide-rich clouds, which trap the sun's heat near the planet's surface. Thus, Venus is much hotter than the other planets. So, one of our choices is Venus is covered in carbon dioxide. So, based on the text, we know that that is why Venus is the hottest planet, right? Okay. Our next effect is Venus is invisible during the day. Well, again, what we read, Venus is most visible just after sunset or just before sunrise on Earth. However, because the planet orbits so close to the sun's brightness makes it impossible to see Venus from Earth during the day. So Venus is invisible during the day because Venus orbits close to the sun. So those are your answers based directly from the text. So like we've talked about before, this goes back to evidence, support. When you choose an answer, you should be able to go back to the text and find exactly why that's the answer. That's all we're asking for, okay? I'm going to go over one more. Excuse me. On October 29th, 1929, the stock market crashed. So millions of people lost their savings. Without customers, banks soon began to close. Companies had to lay off many of their workers. The Great Depression had begun. The economy would not really recover until World War II. As a result of the war, American factories started producing weapons for the military, and many Americans went back to work. Okay, so match causes with their effects. The effect, people lost their jobs and money. What caused that? Well, here in the beginning it says the stock market crashed, so millions of people lost their savings. And then later it says the banks closed, so companies had to lay off many of their employees. So the reason people lost their jobs and money was because the stock market crashed, and that's one of our choices. So that is our answer. So because the stock market crashed, people lost jobs and money. Our next one is American factories were able to hire more workers. So let's go back and look. The economy would not really recover until World War II. Why can't I say world today? I don't know. As a result of the war, American factories started producing weapons for the military, and many Americans went back to work. So American factories were able to hire more workers because the U.S. entered World War II, and that's one of our choices. So your answer is the U.S. entered World War II. Because of that, American factories were able to hire more workers. So, easy enough. I hope you guys find this educational and you learn something and you are able to breeze through it, I hope. Again, I will say this again. Please, when you're working on these skills, don't just fly through it and just mark something to get it done, because it will tell us if you've mastered that skill. So if you don't get a mastery score, please go back and redo it. These are not super long. It adjusts based on your answers. So as long as you do your best, you're going to be able to master these things in no time. Okay. And all of these skills will build on others. And all this week, I believe there are 5, if not most of the week, we will be working on different aspects of informational texts. So, this is just the beginning. And like I said, or did I say, I may have forgotten to mention this. I attached with the IXL assignment, I attached a PDF that has all of the different types of analyzation we'll be doing. And it gives you some keywords to look for to find your answers easily. And it just gives you some hints and tricks. So that is loaded with the assignment. I will try to break that up into pages, and each day when we do something different, they're all there on that first assignment, but I will try to get those broken down by pages and add the relevant page to the assignment for each lesson. But I want you to have all of that today to be able to access all of that and look at that. So the cause and effect one is there with the others. So I hope you guys are having a great day. I hope you have a great week. I'll see you tomorrow, sort of, kind of see you. Stay safe, stay healthy, make good choices. If you need anything, I am definitely reachable. Email is reading2gjcc@gmail.com, or my Job Corps email, which is burns.april@jobcorps.org. You can comment on the video, or you can reach out through Classroom. But if you need anything, if you need assistance, just please let us know. We love you. We can't wait to see you again. Have a great week. Bye, guys.